She said to them, "This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. Tell the man who sent you to me. This is what the Lord says. I'm going to bring disaster on this place and its people, according to everything written in the book of the King of Judah. In the book the King of Judah has read. Because they have forsaken me and burned incense to other gods and provoked me to anger by all the idols their hands have made. My anger will burn against this place and will not be quenched. Tell the King of Judah who sent you to inquire of the Lord, this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says concerning the words you heard. Because your heart was responsive and you humbled yourself before the Lord, when you heard what I have spoken against this place and its people, that they would become accursed and laid waste, and because you tore your robes and wept in my presence, I have heard you, declares the Lord. Therefore, I will gather you to your fathers, and you will be buried in peace. Your eyes will not see all the disaster I'm going to bring on this place." So they took her answer back to the king. So there you go. There's art, past to present. When we do things, ask for forgiveness. Ask for forgiveness. It's okay. He already knows. He knows. He knows that you're going to do it. He knows before you even think about you're going to do something, before you do the doing of the do. He knows. And then he also knows, he actually knows how you're going to react, but he wants to see it. He wants to see us choose and say, "Lord, please forgive me. Please forgive my sins. Please forgive my actions. Please forgive my inactions. Please forgive my thoughts that were not correct." You know, and ask and tell him and pray for forgiveness and thank him and acknowledge him. That's all within faith. That's all there. And so think about those things. There's a lot here. Sermon upon sermon. What kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read this? How does it make you feel and what does it make you think? Let's continue to read. Josiah renews the covenant. Then the king called together all the elders of Judah and Jerusalem. He went up to the temple of the Lord with the men of Judah, the people of Jerusalem, the priests and the prophets, all the people from the least to the greatest. He read in their hearing all the words of the book of the covenant, which had been found in the temple of the Lord. The king stood by the pillar and renewed the covenant in the presence of the Lord, to follow the Lord and keep his commands, regulations, and decrees with all his heart and all his soul, thus confirming the words of the covenant written in this book. Then all the people pledged themselves to the covenant. The king ordered Hildah, the high priest, the priest next in rank, and the doorkeepers to remove from the temple of the Lord all the articles made for Baal and Asherah and all the starry hosts. He burned them outside Jerusalem in the fields of the Kidron Valley and took the ashes to Bethel. So, quick pause. This isn't the first time that this happened. So this is again happening. And like I said, even though he was following in the ways of the Lord, he worshiped the Lord. But during his time, he didn't understand. He didn't know until the book was found. The book of the law was found and read to him. And now he's like... So when I was going in and worshiping the Lord, and I know that these other people were going and worshiping Baal or Asherah or whatever other, like, I was just like nodding my head, like, yeah, okay, you know, that's wasn't what I was supposed to do. And so he is now understanding, and the people are now understanding too. And so that's an example. When we walk in the way, it's a reflection of love, and people want to see, they want to understand, they want to know why, and they want to be like that too. See, you get it? I know. I have to think about that too. I do. I really do. I have to think about that too. Like, you mean that if I do, I want to be selfish sometimes. You know, I want to think about myself sometimes. Or I don't know if I want to do that. You know, it's just, it's understandable because it's that human thing. It's that human side. Whether it's fear, whether it's pride, whether it's selfishness or whatever. Remember pride. We'll get to that too. But also understand that it's better. It's better when we follow. When we listen and we follow. And when we follow and we have that walk with the Lord. It's always better. No matter what. It's better than anything that we could have tried to do for ourselves. Let's continue to read. He did away with the pagan priests appointed by the kings of Judah to burn incense on the high places of the towns of Judah and on those around Jerusalem. Those who burn incense to Baal, to the sun and moon, to the constellations, and to all the starry hosts. He took the Asherah pole from the temple of the Lord to the Kidron Valley outside Jerusalem and burned it there. He ground it to powder and scattered the dust over the graves of the common people. He also tore down the quarters of the male shrine prostitutes, which were in the temple of the Lord, and where women did weaving for Asherah. Josiah brought all the priests from the towns of Judah and desecrated the high places. From Gibeah to Beersheba, where the priests had burned incense, he broke down the shrines at the gates, at the entrance to the gate of Joshua, the city governor, which is on the left of the city gate. Although the priests of the high places did not serve at the altar of the Lord in Jerusalem, they ate unleavened bread with their fellow priests. He desecrated Topath, which was in the valley of Ben Hinnom, so no one could use it to sacrifice his son or daughter in the fire to Molech. And there you have it. Even the Lord has never asked for someone to sacrifice a child. Never has in the past, has never in the present, never will, like over and over again says this to sacrifice someone. Just shows you how sideways man can go. Okay. He removed from the entrance to the temple of the Lord the horses that the kings of Judah had dedicated to the sun. They were in the court near the room of an official named Nathan Melech. Josiah then burned the chariots dedicated to the sun. Remember, he already said, don't be worshiping the creation, and they're up there worshiping the creation. I'm checking to see, because sometimes this microphone, I hope it's sounding okay too, because I've been trying to make audio adjustments, because every now and then it gets really staticky or like grungy or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot here. With that, so he's removing all these things practices that the people were doing, and they weren't following the law. So he was removing them. He was removing them and helping the people understand that this is why they were having issues. This is why they were having famines and pestilence and wars and everything else. He was leading them correctly. He was removing the incorrectness and so that they could come correct to the Lord, right? What kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think? At that time again, I'm going to have to let in some light. And actually, I need to do a quick tech thing. Okay, so I had to do a quick thing and check on something. So, again, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?